Because the Bible said, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
People rejoice.
But when you look at Romans 13 in its context, Romans 13 says the righteous should not fear government. The evil should. But right now, because we voted in all the rotten trees, now the righteous gotta fear government and the evil don't.
Greetings and welcome to People Over the of our new show, People Over the Party. I'm your host, Dr. David D. King, and the future governor of the state of Wisconsin. And along with me today is Pastor JBJ.
That's right. James, the brother of Jesus.
James, the brother of Jesus.
Yeah, because everybody else is his friend. I'm his brother.
Okay, everybody else is friend. You his brother.
Yeah.
All right, we got him with us today, and I don't know, never gonna come out his mouth. So we're excited about our new podcast. This podcast is geared on educating, empowering the people to know that if you ever want your power back, you got to realize that you don't need to be part of a party to have your power back. You just need to have the information knowing that whoever you elect in office work for you and not for the party. But right now we got them working for the party and not for us.
Absolutely. First off, we just can't skip over that intro and how I thought you was going to bust out some bars.
Oh.
Because you've been on Facebook busting out bars.
Oh. Okay. So you want me to bust out a bar?
I need you to bust out some 16.
You need to, okay.
16 bars.
You need me to bust out some bars. All right.
We just ain't gonna skip over that.
I'm finna bust out some bars.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, wait. You see, I knew you was trying to set me up. So.
You set me up first.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, ready.
I'd rather know one soul than fill a room with noise. People over parties, that's my choice. When the lights flash, connection fades. I'd rather build bridges than put on parades. Hearing your story beats the DJ's drop. Real talk over small talk at the rooftop. Give me truth.
I see you.
There you go.
I see you.
There you go. You got some
bars.
Busting bars.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew you was gonna try something, so I had to get my.
Yeah. You know it's gonna be prepared.
Yeah, I got to be prepared. So I had one for you.
I got you.
Amen. So see, I got to watch him because he's gonna always. This podcast is really to enlighten and empower people, knowing that this country was never designed to be a two-party system. It was designed because of the contract of we the people. It's we the people. That contract is between us, and that we are freestyling king. Pastor Les, that's Pastor JBJ trying to get me in trouble right now. So
yeah.
But we have to look at it that we was indoctrinated to vote.
If we were not a two-party system, where did that come from, and why are we a two-party system now? Majority.
Well, I really believe it came from the two parties, the Democrats and the Republican, forcing us to choose one or the other. And I think that they did it with the intent of having power
Mhm.
and control.
Mhm.
And
now we got to understand that money is not the root of all evil, right?
Right.
But the love. But what happens is when you come into the primaries and when you start to get down to who's going to be the actual one in office, you often have to pick a side. Especially here recently, what I know, I think it was Robert Kennedy. He was, I think, an independent, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And when it came down to him being a part, he had to then bow out of his.
Well, see, I think it's because a lot of people are not educated enough to say I can vote for an independent. I can vote for somebody that is going to look out for my generation and my grandchildren and my great grandchildren.
Facts.
A lot of people that vote don't even know that there used to be where you at one time you can have a Democrat president and a Republican vice president, or Republican president and a Democrat vice president.
Wow.
Because the people used to just vote for the individual,
Sure.
and not the party.
Sure.
And so when we allowed them to make us a party system that you had to, I'll give you a prime example. In Wisconsin, during the primary, you might like somebody that's a Republican and you might like somebody that's a Democrat, but you're not allowed to vote for both of them. You have to choose a side.
Mm-hmm.
That's politics prison, I like to call it, because now you're forcing me. I don't like every Democrat. I don't like every Republican. So why do I gotta vote either one or the other instead of just voting my values?
Absolutely. And what that does is not only does it put us in a conundrum, but it also allows us to no longer be able to have a voice in the decisions making that happens in our communities. Because if I have to vote a party, like you just said, and I don't particularly like, maybe I don't like this person that's a part of the party because they might be extreme.
Right.
But because I have to vote that party, I have to, that person often comes along with it. And this is where we get the extremism that's happening in our politics.
Right. And so when you look at it, right, we're talking about, I give you a prime example. You can have a godly person who don't really understand politics and they choose a side because that's what they're taught. And when they choose that side, they don't talk like that side. So now that side is fighting against that person in the midst of the politics.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so what ended up happening is that now this person is stuck, who was probably the best candidate, but because he's not what that side wanted, then they're not going to vote for him. And they won't let them get in front of the people so the people can vote for him.
And you know what's also crazy is that people have to now, because it's a party system, right? Church people have to now make excuses for their party's politics.
Mm.
So they have to say, well, let's just say the church does not stand against abortion.
Okay.
Right? I'm just going to use that issue.
Some,
right? Well, I'm saying, let's just say that's what the church stands. We don't supposed to kill, right? That's what our 10 Commandments say. So we definitely don't supposed to kill babies because Jesus talks about protecting the little ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then their party is for abortion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they voted for.
Right.
Right? So now they have to make excuses. Well, the party might be that way, but we don't believe that way as a church.
But I'm going to go with you. Now, I'm not a bank robber, but you the bank robber, but I'm still riding with you.
Right. So you're party to the crime, right?
Exactly.
You're going to jail too.
Exactly.
Whether you did anything or not.
Exactly. Because I know you're a bank robber.
Yeah.
And I want to get in the car with you.
Well, I'm not. I didn't know you was going to bank rob.
No, I know you bank.
I'm
No,
not a
no,
bank
no.
robber.
I know you a bank robber. I just not a bank robber. I know you a bank robber, but I'm not a bank robber. But
Okay.
I'm going to ride with you.
Yeah.
I'm riding with you.
As long as you say you're not going to rob a bank.
As long as you, as long as you say. But not only that, 90%. Matter of fact, I take that back. I'll probably say 95%
Mhm.
of both sides, people voting on both sides,
Absolutely.
don't know the platform on both sides.
No.
You got churches that push Democrat
Mhm.
that didn't read that in 2012 Democrat took God out of their platform.
And when 2012,
2012.
they left their platform.
They put God out of their platform.
Oh.
Okay? Now, the church voting for them, but at the same time, they're voting for them. They don't know God is kicked out.
Was there an announcement made when
Oh,
it
it
happened?
was, yes. They can Google it. It'll show when they put them out. Now, you look at the Republican side,
Yeah.
they say they're the party of God,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Didn't fight for the church to stay open during the pandemic, but left the liquor stores open. So,
because liquor stores are wine and spirits.
right. But the spirit they needed during the pandemic
Yeah.
was the Holy Spirit.
Come on now, preacher.
So you shut down God, but you're the party of God.
Yeah.
So the Bible teaches us that we will know them by their fruit, by their conduct, by their action. We'll know them by their fruit they bear, but we're not looking at fruit. We're just looking at initials. We talk about the alphabets a lot, but we never talk about the D and R.
What's a DNR?
I'll call them do not resuscitate. I call them do not resuscitate because neither side is trying to resuscitate our communities.
Yeah.
Neither side is trying to strengthen strong families. Neither side is trying to resuscitate the education system.
Mhm.
So they just want us to die, just so they can have power.
And a position. It reminds me of a physician, right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna say all of them, but physicians, they're in the business to keep you sick.
Yeah. And push medicine.
Because if they heal you,
Then they don't have a job.
so they're in the business to keep you sick.
Yes.
So I think the politicians who don't
Their job is to keep you down so they can have a platform saying we there for you.
Yeah.
How?
right.
How are you there for me when you got and listen to the politicians when they during election time, right?
Mhm.
You got one side talking about the poor, that we want to do something for you. You got one side saying we're for middle class,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But when you look at the gulf of people that is in between poverty and middle class, they never say what they want to do for them. You got a gulf of people that is not middle class, but they're not poverty either. And nobody talks about them.
They left them out,
They left them out,
the conversation.
the conversation. Now, you got one side, they say, oh, the Republicans is for the rich,
Mhm.
right? We hear that all the time, right?
Right. Capitalism.
Capitalism. And they all for the rich.
Yeah.
Wow. George Soros,
Mhm.
Democrat,
Socialist.
socialist, billionaire.
Mhm.
Bill Gates,
Mhm.
the Rockefellers,
Yeah. Billionaires.
Democrats,
Democrats.
Hillary Clinton,
Mhm.
Democrat. They all rich.
Mhm.
I don't see it. Gwen Moore, Democrat, all rich. I don't see no poor one. Which one on poor? Jesse Jackson. Oh, they oppressing us. Al Sharpton, they oppressing us. But your suit costs more than somebody's house.
Yeah.
But they're oppressing us. But y'all ain't saying anything.
Oh, they speak up.
Yeah, when it's national news. But then they won't speak up about our kids' education. And let me show you how we miss when it comes to politics. We just vote D and R, right?
Mhm.
You had a lot of people, a lot of parents that's was complaining about the education system.
Mhm.
They were saying that this Common Core math was stupid, all of this, right? But because they didn't understand politics, they voted in to governor the man that brought in Common Core.
Mm.
Tony Evers was over the education system for the whole state of Wisconsin.
Wow.
And he brought in Common Core because he took money without seeing the curriculum.
Mm.
And he took the money, so he had to do the curriculum. Everybody complained about the curriculum, but they voted him in for governor.
Wow. That's crazy.
Ain't it?
That's
Everybody
that's backwoods crazy.
backward crazy. Now everybody's complaining about their taxes,
Mhm.
property taxes, and some complaining that Milwaukee County end up becoming a sanctuary for transgenders. But you're getting behind the man that did it all as he run for governor right now.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's because we're used to, we're used to voting parties, which is why what this show is about. Getting people to understand that they can no longer vote parties, but they need to vote people.
They got to vote the people.
You got to vet these people. And we have the power to do so now more than we ever had in the world.
Ooh, tell me about it.
You can look up what people stand for. You can look up their background. You can look up their history, what they voted on. You can look up everything.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm supposed to say that?
No.
Oh.
You don't supposed to say that because nobody know that.
Oh.
Nobody knows that you can check their voting record.
Yeah. Check and see what they voted for.
But we had a pastor, I ain't gonna call no name, who preached against homosexuality.
Mm.
And during election time, allow
get out of here.
a active living lesbian in his pulpit. But you preaching against that lifestyle, but you invite them in your pulpit. And then you bragging that you had them there.
Wow. Preach against homosexuality. But when it came down to political season,
Yes.
this homosexual wanted to be
No, they came, not wanted to be.
in their pulpit.
They was in their pulpit.
And they invited him and said, yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
they invited them.
What kind of mixed message is that sending?
That's why we messed up. Because we double-minded. We unstable.
Mm.
So people can come in and just say something. You know, they never sit there and tell
At the same desk you preach the word of God, you allowed them to come in and speak. Like, how you not, you just talked about it. You just put it out there.
Right.
So you have to talk about it. Like,
Not necessarily, because I'm the pastor. I ain't got to talk about it.
Our job is to defend the faith.
Right, but that's not defending the faith.
It is.
That's politics.
What's the difference?
That's what I'm saying. The body of Christ, we have two lives. We have a church life, and then we have a political life.
Gotcha.
But my political life is going against the church life. That's just like you're counseling somebody and you say, you know what, you don't need to be sleeping with that married man. You can't tell me what to do in my personal life.
Mm-hmm.
You only deal with me with my spiritual life.
Mm. Or you can't be drinking and then you go out and get a drink right afterwards.
So, right. So what happens to us, we send in so many different message, right? And we hear pastors say, oh, vote this way because they for the blacks. But the blacks never come up. You done had me voting this way for 20 years. Our life is getting worse. It's not getting better. You can't even present receipts of them making our life better.
What about what's just doing good for the people? Which means if my platform
It's to keep you divided.
Yeah.
It's to keep you divided. That's why they use the race card. That's why they use everything else. Because if I can keep you divided and not have y'all have these conversations, you'll find out if you put a Democrat and a Republican in a room. I ain't talking about politicians. I'm just talking about an ordinary person who vote Democrat and who vote Republican.
Yeah.
And you put them in that room.
Mm-hmm.
They'll find out 80% of stuff they got in common.
Mm.
And they disagree with 20%. So we keep them divided on 20%.
We chop that 20% up.
Oh, man, we chop it up, puree it and everything and spoon feed it back to you because we need you to stay right there.
Yeah.
Right? Like we tell a kid, you know, we don't want you to eat a lot of cookies because you might get diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what we tell them. But we don't give them cookies, but we're giving them ice cream and cakes and Reese cups and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But the cookies, the only one going to give them diabetes.
Right.
That's the sad part. When you go, let's go back for a minute because you made that thing. If we go back and search the voting record of every alderman in the city of Milwaukee, half of them would not be in office today because their voting record is not for the people. And if they say they are, then why life ain't changed?
You don't think it's for the people? That's what they tell us. Like when they, now I heard them when they go out and campaign and they send them letters out and they send them, you know, they're talking to the constituents of their neighborhoods. They say, "I'm here
For you." But you can't even get them on the phone.
Well, you know, they're busy people, man. They got, you know, people that you can't get them directly, but they get back to you.
When? The next election?
Emails,
The next election?
you know, they get back.
The next election. It's good for you to try to justify for them, but the next election.
I'm just playing the devil's advocate.
And you got to understand, because most people don't realize that they are the alderman, the county supervisor, the mayor, the county executive, even the governor. They are the people are the boss of these people.
Come on.
And when you understand that you're their boss, you can't work a job a whole 4 years and not be productive and get a promotion.
Speaking of which, I had an alderman, and I won't mention their name, but I had an alderman who, in a neighborhood, I was questioning because they put liquor stores and bars, smoke shops all up in there. And I said to them by email, "Do you think we need another smoke shop in this neighborhood?" And they said, "Well, the people voted for it." I said, "Well, when was the meeting? When did they vote? How many people knew about this vote? How many people voted?"
Right.
Because clearly
the people didn't vote for it because you didn't put it out there.
And then the other thing is, you can't see yourself that this is not good for our neighborhood. Like, why would an alderman who's supposed to be for the people think that promoting marijuana, drinking is good for any neighborhood?
Well, you have to understand. It's good for the neighborhood because it's good for my pocket.
How does he get paid from it?
Please don't even play that game. We not.
I don't know. I'm new to this thing.
No, you ain't. You ever played Monopoly? You know.
I mean, how do they get paid from it because I mean he's for the people. His salary comes from Milwaukee, the city of Milwaukee.
Right. So which people, I give an example.
Okay.
Which people in the city of Milwaukee voted to get their property tax raised? Which people in Milwaukee want to pay higher taxes?
Everybody wants to pay higher taxes.
No, I ain't know. You can be the devil advocate if you want on this one. Nobody desire higher taxes.
You know why? Because taxes help fund our roads. Taxes help fund the schools, and taxes help them get meals. And taxes help all this stuff happen in the city of Milwaukee.
Well, then I want to
It's snowing outside.
I want a refund because there ain't no good roads in Milwaukee. I want a refund.
It's snowing outside, and the city workers need to be able to go out and shovel our snow up. So we have to pay higher taxes because it costs more.
And you think we believe that crap? You think we believe that crap?
Well, we allow it to happen, so we must believe it.
We allow it to happen because we won't get involved. We allow it to happen because we won't say nothing about it. You know,
or we don't get out and vote. The last mayoral election, only 100,000 people voted.
Less than that, 71,000.
71,000 people voted in a 400,000 population.
500,000 population.
I'm sorry, 500,000 population.
71,000 voted, but
that's not even 10%.
But wait a minute, that same year,
the
same year,
a little more than 10%.
Same year for a president race, 466,000 voted for a president. Same year
in the state.
In the city.
Okay.
In the city, because they don't teach the people in the city that it's not Washington, D.C. that raise your property taxes.
Come on, talk about it.
It's not Washington, D.C. that raise your sale tax. It's your local government that's doing that. So you have to understand how it operates and what people are doing. See, but because they don't know, what do the city blame? They blame the president. Because they wasted. That's just like a person who didn't pay their rent that's on crack. And then they blame and somebody robbed them knowing they didn't get robbed.
They blame the drug dealer.
Right. Or somebody robbed me. No, you smoked it up. And that's what our elected officials doing with our tax money. They smoking it up because we ain't getting nothing for it. We're not getting nothing. And then they lie and get themselves a raise. And lie. But
they work so hard.
So hard to manipulate you.
I mean, that takes skill too, but I'm saying they work hard. That's hard work to manipulate people.
Well, it's not really. It's not hard. James Madison said it this way. He said, knowledge will always govern ignorance. Now, ignorance doesn't mean you dumb or stupid. It just means you don't have the information. So if they can keep the information from you, right? If they can keep that information from you, then they got you. Because they're not going to give you the information.
My alderman wouldn't do that.
Your alderman done it. It ain't that they wouldn't do it. They have done it.
It's just hard for me to believe that there are our politicians that we vote in office would not look out for the best interests of the people in their city.
Okay.
Or state.
Okay, so I'm going to read you something. You ready?
I don't know.
I'm going to read you something. Let me find. Oh, here you go. Listen to this.
Okay.
And then I want you to tell me who said it.
Okay.
Right? It says, these Negroes are getting pretty uppity these days, and that's a problem for us since they got something that they never had before. Political pull to back up their uppiness. Now we got to do something about this. We got to give them a little something, just enough to quiet them down, not enough to make a difference. I have them Negroes voting, it didn't say Negroes though, but I have them Negroes voting Democrat for the next 200 years. Who said that?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
In the Django.
No.
Oh.
LBJ. Lyndon Johnson.
Wow.
And this is what they do every election. They give the black community something, not enough to make a difference, just something. And then we go vote for them.
Wow. Wow.
They know how to play us. We're going to give you something. Not enough to make a difference, but we're going to give you something. We're going to give you a black face as mayor. That's something, but he'll never make a difference.
Mm.
And he ain't made a difference in our community yet.
I mean, what in crime?
What?
He passed out those locks for the guns. I think that
That's
really,
something, but it don't make a difference.
And how, I mean, even too, when those cops got injured or one got killed,
Right.
he came out and gave a very stern speech about gun violence and making sure that we.
But the officers just now getting a raise. They didn't get a raise before he got a raise or the chief got a raise.
And
what's in place for not just police officers, but their family? Is there something in place for mental for the stress? Because I wouldn't want to be a police officer, and it would probably be hard for me to be married to a police officer because every time I see a strange phone number, I'm gonna think something happened. That's a mental strain on you. That's the same.
and a family.
Yeah, that's the same way. That's the same way. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Something is happening. What happened? Okay. So what I'm saying is this. As an individual, right?
Mhm.
As an individual that's standing on the principles of God, that's standing on what God wants done, we have to look at it and ask ourselves a question. Is the people that's in office there to represent me?
That's what they tell us.
No.
King,
I don't want to hear what they tell us.
King, that's what they tell us, man. That's why we vote for them. Because they tell us that when we get in office, we're going to be here for you. And then they raise our taxes, which is good, like I said, because it's for the, for the betterment of the city, man. It's helping us out.
That's not the betterment of our city. I think what it is that a lot of times people don't know what they really want. So they'll go along with whatever somebody tell them. Because they really don't know what they want. They really don't understand what it is that they need to understand. And so when we look at it from a how should I say this? From a what's the word I want to use? Help me out. From a family standpoint.
Sure.
Okay, let's do it that way. From a family standpoint. When we look at it from a family standpoint, then we see that we're not where we ought to be when it comes to voting, right? Because why would I vote for someone who doesn't have my children at heart, right? So what am I saying? When a politician come to your door, you should ask him. Here's what I want to ask you. The question is, what are you going to do for my children, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren? So they trying to kick us off of Facebook now? I think we done started some trouble. I think somebody done went in and try to complain
And block you.
but we still live on LinkedIn and some Facebook pages and YouTube.
Okay.
But people are going through trying to stop us.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is because they don't want the truth to get out. I don't want to vote for anybody that can't tell me what they're going to do for my children, my grandchildren.
I think you have to have a more, and you just can't ask them, because if that's the case, politicians, they don't lie.
They don't?
No, because they'll tell you, they'll say, You ask them, well, what are you going to do for my children, my family? Well, we're going to keep them safe. We're going to educate them. We're going to do all this. That's surface answers, right?
Right.
You got to go into depth about this. You have to have you have to not just say what you're going to do about education. What are you going to do about the failing reports that we're getting for our children and they're being at a subpar level?
Right.
What is your goal to help to raise the level of education for my children, my future children? What are you going to do to set those things in place? Because they'll tell you anything.
But see, they don't have an answer for that because that's not their party agenda.
And then you don't vote for them.
Thank you. That's why I say we have to ask them. We have to go in. We have to ask them those kind of questions. What are you really going to do when it comes to my children's and my grandchildren? What is your plan? And they don't have a plan because it's not the plan of their party. Now, both sides give you talking points.
Yeah.
But when you want to dissect those talking points is when they start to have a problem.
Yeah, you can't veer off the roadmap.
No, you can't. If you do, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you do, then you're going to be the one that they say, you know what? We're not going to support you because you're not talking like us.
Mm-hmm.
You're not acting like us.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is why so many people doesn't get in front of the people. The real people doesn't get in front of the people because if you don't sound or if you don't kiss the ring, then we're not going to allow you in front of those people. We need to keep you hush hush.
Wow. You started off, I believe, if I'm correct, by asking, or maybe this is where we're going. Should one? I think the question should be: should we get involved in politics? But
Yes.
two, there's this stigma out there about church people and how the church needs to stay away from politics.
Okay.
And I don't know where it came from.
Well, see, first of all, they say is, separation church and state, but that's not in the Constitution.
They told me there was always supposed to be a separation between church and state, and now they made it. I don't remember anybody saying it was in the Constitution, but
It's not
do
in the Constitution.
Remember when you talk about the Constitution, they always say separation of church and state.
Right. But I only need you to stay away because here's the thing. LBJ again. When the church because the church was the influence. The church was telling people who to vote for. The church was the one that was voting for people based on their integrity and honesty and all of that. And then LBJ put an amendment in that says anyone that is 501c3 have to stay out of politics. And that's when they started using the cliche separation church and state. But that separation of church and state came from out of a letter one of the founding fathers did. But what it was saying is the state can never govern the church to make it a one religion country. Okay? But what ended up happening is they used it against us and the church became 501c3, so now they had to be quiet. But what the church didn't know, especially in Wisconsin, you don't have to be 501c3 to be a church.
But you have to be 501c to get those grants
If
from
you
the
want-
government.
If you want Caesar's money,
Yeah.
right. But you don't need Caesar money.
Well, now now
You don't. You don't need Caesar money because once you get Caesar money, you belong to Caesar.
ain't nothing wrong with Caesar.
See, you just really trying to get under my skin now. It's a lot wrong with Caesar.
Caesar helped us build our church.
Yeah.
Caesar helped us get our schools and all the stuff that we need to get done. So we need Caesar money so we can build the schools that God has called us to build.
If God called you, He's going to give it to you. We don't have to go to Caesar. We go to Caesar because we're lazy. We go to Caesar because what we're really trying to do, God didn't tell us to do it. See, Caesar, if Caesar's going to give you money, Caesar's going to give you money and let you be you. Not give you money with strings attached.
What kind of strings will be attached to Caesar's money? I mean,
Well,
Caesar just
you'll see when this election comes, if a church only let one side in and don't let the other side in, or the ones in the middle in, then you already know. Matter of fact, this election here is going to let you know who's really on God's side or who's not on God's side.
So what you mean to tell me is that you know who you getting, which little Caesar you getting money from,
Right.
because they going to allow that particular party to come into
to their pulpit and speak.
And they won't allow all parties to come in
and speak.
Because they really should. Because we're not supposed to tell anybody who to vote for.
Oh, we don't tell you, we just bring them.
Dirty dogs.
We don't tell you, but we bring them. And here's the thing, though. I did a podcast with Dr. C, and I got to get him back to do another one. And the title was, "Has the church become loyal to the donkey, the elephant, or the lion?"
Well, now Jesus rode in on a donkey.
See, there you go. Want to try that again? But that donkey did not stand against God, and that was an animal. So that wasn't a political party. So
okay.
So he did not do that. But our loyalty has become to Democrats and Republicans that we sit in our pulpit and as loyal to the donkey or the elephant and preach their message. How many times you done seen people in the pulpit during election time that you can tell they was represent the Republican side speaking bitter against Kamala Harris and the crew? And how many on the Democrat side you heard speak, especially in the black churches, against, as they say, the racists?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was clear. People, they picked the side.
They picked the side, but they didn't pick God's side on any of it because of the fact that, boy, they knocking us out left and right. But they did not pick a side that represented God himself. And we claim to be believers. And if we're going to be believers, then we have to draw a line somewhere. That's why the Bible says, do not stray from the left or the right. That means we're supposed to stay where the truth is, and the truth is always in the middle. Our values is in the middle. So I got to choose somebody. I got to know them first. The Bible says, know them by the fruit they bear. I got to know that you're for the people. I can't just go and you're not for the people.
Facts.
You telling us you for the people. You've been in office all this time. Now let me see your receipts that you for the people.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a man of God. I don't believe in nothing but two agendas, male and female. Mm-hmm. But when you, as elected officials, celebrate Transgender Day, now I got to question your fruit. But yet you still want me to vote for you. All right, y'all. So we're going to end this right here because they steady kicking us. They steady trying to get rid of us off of this off of Facebook because I guess they don't want us to speak the truth, especially when we're speaking against both sides. We're not speaking against one side. We're speaking against both sides to let the people know that the people over the party. And so
I think we just need to end with it being known, one, no weapon formed against us shall prosper, right?
Yes.
You may formulate it,
but it ain't prospering.
It ain't gonna prosper, right? And I think the second thing they need to know is that church people definitely need to no longer avoid politics.
No longer.
Because it affects every part of your life.
Yes.
The ability to make a decision to whether can I pay my tithes or do I have to pay my property taxes? My money didn't change.
Right.
But God requires something, so does the city.
Right.
Who am I going to give it to? You have to make those decisions every day.
Right.
And so every day it affects who you support.
My medicine costs more.
Yeah.
Right. I go to the grocery store, it costs more. Why? Because the person I elected raised sales tax. The person I elected raised property tax. The person I elected has been voting against me ever since I put him in office.
And I voted for him.
And I voted
or
for
her.
him. Or
Whoever
her.
it is, right?
Right. So we have to go back and figure out what do you stand for? Are you standing for me? Or are you standing against me? And now you coming back again? I checked your voting record. You voted against me.
And so people of God need to make sure you are getting involved in politics.
And you got
it does affect you.
Right. And you ought to ask your leader, who you supporting? And how could you support a person like that? And they don't stand for what we stand for.
I think, well, you know, can I tell you what I would do?
Okay.
Your leader can vote for whoever they want to vote for, right?
Yeah.
That's
the beauty of America.
Right. That's your pastor you chose.
Right.
And if he vote for whoever he votes for, you don't even have to question it because that's his choice.
That's his choice.
Now, I probably in the back of my mind, I might be thinking, why would he vote for this? Because of this, this, and this, and this. And maybe at some point you can go to your leader and say, do you support these things? That's your personal question.
Right.
But don't get caught up in who your leader votes for.
Right.
Because your leader doesn't live at your house.
Right.
Your leader doesn't have to support the areas that you need to support in. You make sure, just like you got to get God for yourself, you make sure you vote for yourself.
That's it. And not only that, you have to understand, most people don't just join a church. They vet the leadership of that church.
Come on.
So we vet the leader and how he treat his wife and how his children behave and all of those things. We should do the same thing with these elected officials.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We need to vet them.
Yeah. See what they're doing. Look at where can they go get the voting records from?
All you got to do, if you go the city of Milwaukee for your aldermen, you go in there, city of Milwaukee government, you can get it. You go for the state, you go there, you can get it. You can find out anything you want online now. Ain't nothing hidden. And all you got to do is look up and say, I need voting records. You can just Google voting records for the city of Milwaukee, and it'll tell you exactly where to go. Voting records for state of Wisconsin, it'll tell you voting records for my U.S. Congress and U.S. Senate. It's all there. So all we have to do is want to do some homework.
And you got plenty enough time. To go ahead and do it before elections start coming around. You can go do that right now.
Yeah, because you got a spring election coming up.
Come on.
You need to know.
You need to know who these people
and
are.
And stop just asking somebody, who should I vote for? And then you go and find out for yourself who you should vote for and why should you vote for that person. And so, yeah, we got to get involved. You can't keep complaining and you can't keep being ignorant. And what I mean by that is you cannot not have the information anymore when there's so many ways to get the information. So they can stop lying to you. Oh, I would have did this, but they stopped me. And I would have, no. If they stopped you then, and you really wanted to do that for me, then why didn't you make any noise? You have a bully pulpit. You could have called a press conference at any given time. Why didn't you call a press conference and say, I'm really trying to do this, and this is what they're hindering me with? Because they know that they let me say it this way. They're lying to you. They're just trying to point the finger at somebody else. Because if you go look at receipts, and all you got to do is look at receipts and then look at the condition of our community. And I know if you've been voting for me. I know if you've been fighting for me. You never called a press conference. You never called a town hall meeting. The last person that called a town hall meeting to tell the truth, they attacked her. And she's not in office now. When she started telling the truth, what was going on with the school board, they attacked her. Why? Because she wasn't quiet with it. She was out. She was sharing with people. She was having meetings. They tried to stop the meetings. They didn't want her to have it in certain schools. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Because why? She owed the people the truth, and she was trying to tell the truth. But we don't see no politician doing that right now because they don't want to tell the truth.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
So JBJ for president.
I don't know if I want president.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank y'all for being with us today. This is the first of People Over the Parties podcast. I'm going to go investigate why Facebook kept knocking us out. We got one page left on Facebook, and that's King for Governor page. It's the only one that's still up.
Oh, man, they was attacking you, huh?
Oh, man, they did not want the truth coming forward, but we're going to keep telling the truth. We got 11 months to continue to tell the truth. And one thing I made a vow to, I would never, ever do a smear campaign on nobody. All I'm going to do is tell you the truth, tell you where to go find it for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do no smear campaign,
Yeah.
but I will tell you the truth.
Facts.
You know, and know the truth
And the truth.
shall set you free.
Wow.
And we need to be free because we've been lied to on both sides. We've been lied to on both sides. Republicans, we freed the slaves. You really think the Civil War was about slavery?
It's about oil. Oh, no,
It was about economics.
Everything's about oil.
It was about economics. It was about free labor.
Right.
That's why in the 13th Amendment, right? In the 13th Amendment, it says you no longer have slaves or free labor unless, here's the loophole, they're incarcerated. And once they got incarcerated, once they made the 13th Amendment, they arrested 800,000 blacks.
Ooh, now we can legally
have free labor. So, we got to start opening up, looking at everything and say, okay, y'all cared about us so much that y'all started a civil war, but yet we still fighting for rights, fighting to exist. Then you get jealous because those that used to be slaves come forth and they prosper. They invent things. They have an awesome mind.
Yeah.
Then what?
When the people, what did you say? Proverbs 29?
When the righteous
Yeah.
are in authority, uncompromised righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Yeah.
But when the wicked, the people mourn. And how long we going to mourn?
Are we tired of mourning?
That's the question. And, we always say, right, weeping endure for a night,
Uh-huh.
but joy
Comes tomorrow morning.
comes November the 3rd, 2026. That's when morning comes. When we take over the governor's seat, that's when morning comes. We're going to rejoice.
Yeah. Because rejoicing always comes tomorrow. There's always a future, why can't I have joy now?
Right. Well, we got to go through the labor pains.
Yeah.
Just like when the baby is being born. You got to
Yeah.
go through some pain, but when the pain is over,
Yeah.
there's joy having that child.
What is joy? Joy is people feel safe under leadership.
Mm.
There's trust in decision making.
Mm.
Hope outweighs anxiety.
Mm.
Progress feels possible.
Mm.
Participation instead of withdrawals.
Yes.
Creativity instead of survival. Unity instead of suspicion. Forward movement instead of stagnation. That's what it looks like when the people rejoice.
When the people rejoice. All right, y'all. We thank y'all. They done bumped us off the last Facebook page, but we still live on YouTube and LinkedIn. So, but we're going to go until next time. Join us for People Over the Party podcast. And I'm your host, Dr. David D. King. Until next time, God bless.
Because the Bible said, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
People rejoice.